I think Stephon Castle and Victor Wembanyama can be one of the better guard big defensive duos in the NBA potentially. You grab Dylan Harper, and if you draft Dylan Harper and he like shows that he can be what we're like scouting him to become, that makes De'Aaron Fox expendable. And now you have 3 guys who are under 23 years old that you have the next 10 years to play with. And you're also going to have the 14th pick, and you have Atlanta's picks coming up.
This shit sound well help me, John, because why are we talking about De'Aaron Fox like he's just good?
Thank you.
He's 26 years old. De'Aaron Fox is an elite lead guard.
Elite.
Elite. What's happening right now?
How many elite guards are in the league?
Elite.
How many?
It's a good amount of elite.
How many guards are elite?
How many guards average 27 points?
What's happening?
On a shot volume? Yeah, there are a lot of guards that can do that on the shot volume. Yeah,
no,
I agree.
Not like De'Aaron.
Is he a top 10? Is he a top 10 point guard in the sport?
I don't
easily.
Yes, I don't.
De'Aaron
Fox
in the top 10.
I'm lower on De'Aaron.
He's not a top 10 point guard.
I don't think so.
No.
All right, let's do this. Chill. Let's do this. So Luka, SGA, Steve Nash, my bad, Tyrese Halliburton, and then Kyrie Irving. Ron, you right? Kyrie.
He's better than Irving.
Yeah, he's better than.
He's better than who?
Yes, he is.
He's better than Irving.
At what?
He's not. No, he's not. No,
Hey,
he's
look.
not.
Hey, look.
All y'all dudes is looking at it's from a skill
he's
standpoint.
He's better than Kyrie.
He's
better than Kyrie.
All y'all dudes is looking at
No,
from a
he's
skill
not.
standpoint. He's better than Irv. Nope.
No, he's
going.
not.
Hey,
What?
hey,
He's not.
Keep going.
At what?
He's
better than Kyrie at what?
Keep going.
No, he's not.
He's
No,
better.
no.
He's
better at Kyrie
He's
at
more.
what?
He's more athletic. He's better on defense. He's a better passer than Kyrie Irving.
No, he's not.
He
No,
gets
he's
downhill better than Kyrie Irving.
He is not.
Come on.
He's not. I don't know if y'all watched De'Aaron Fox his whole career. He is not an upper tier passer in the league. I don't know if you've seen him
because
play.
you can tween and get a bucket.
There
Does
you
not
go. There
make
y'all
you a
go.
better player.
He just doesn't. He's a damn better passer. So he's allowed to lie, but we can't talk about skill.
I'm allowed to lie.
No. Nobody's lying, Moss. Ain't nobody lying. But that's your whole
Fox
argument.
isn't not.
That's all you talking about.
There are several guards that are better passers than De'Aaron Fox. Several.
Kyrie's not one of them.
Kyrie is absolutely one of them.
No, he's not. No,
and then so-
Kyrie is clearly a better scorer. Kyrie is clearly a better shooter.
Scorer, shooter,
scoring and shooting.
And I
That's
think
the same.
Kyrie's a
playmaker.
better
Honestly,
passer.
like Kyrie's a better playmaker too. Like just all the way around. Like, so I don't know what we're doing.
I'm not saying De'Aaron's defense, but that's besides the point. Kyrie clearly shoots better, clearly plays off the ball better, clearly, in my opinion, scores better. And I think he's a better passer. I don't know how
Better isolation player,
I don't
better
know how
post-up
the hell you guys-
scorer.
But I think Kyrie's clearly a better passer.
You guys
So
are
I'm
going to lean on
looking
the
at it
defense.
like one is clearly a better offensive player, and I don't know what you guys see in De'Aaron Fox's defense to where he's a great.
No, you're not even having that conversation with
I don't
Kyrie
see that.
Irving.
But that's
De'Aaron
besides
Fox
the point.
in terms of
But that's besides the
No,
point.
we're not
I'm
doing
fine
that.
with saying De'Aaron's a
I'm
better.
trying to figure out when does
I
that
just don't see
chassis
great
translate?
point guard
How many years
But
ago?
the fact that you guys can sit there with a straight face and tell me De'Aaron Fox passes the ball better than Kyrie has me questioning a lot of your sanity. That's insane.
Well, how you can sit there and tell
insane.
me that Kyrie Irving, who is a primary bucket getter, and all he shows you primarily is getting to the rim, finishing around the rim, great isolation player.
It's all better than him, Fox, by the way.
Again, we ain't talking about that. We're talking about distributing.
Who's a better playmaker, Chill?
One more time.
Who's a better playmaker between Kyrie and D Fox?
De'Aaron.
No, I'm asking Chill.
Oh, I think De'Aaron Fox on defense, he a better playmaker. I think on offense, I think it's close. I do. I think on offense it's close, and I'm giving the edge to De'Aaron Fox. Yes, I am.
So a worse on-ball creator and a worse ISO player and a worse scorer.
What's the gap?
And a worse passer.
What's the gap? What is the gap between De'Aaron Fox and Kyrie Irving in terms of creating on the ball?
Well, I
What's
think
the gap?
it's massive.
Because I think De'Aaron Fox is.
I think Kyrie arguably. I don't know how many guards create better than Kyrie off the dribble in the history of the sport.
Create for who though? Swiper? Create
him
for
or
who?
others. Literally, a lot of Kyrie's. If you watch the Mavericks and why him and Luka work so well, if you watch him do his thing, whether it's with Derek Lively, whether it's with Luka, or even with Anthony Davis, he is a great advantage creator for other players and leveraging his own personal scoring gravity to utilize for other people to be able to score off of his action. He is not like a Jokic, Luka level passer. Never going to gas it. But he is better than Fox. Fox has never been a high-level connector, like consistently, ever. Kyrie at least has shown it in spurts, and we've seen him do it. So, like, across the board, Kyrie's just a better overall playmaker than De'Aaron Fox is. And so I think that's important, especially if you want, like, just from a player that has just more scoring and shooting gravity. And then if they get in a bind, he creates space for himself more than Fox does. And on top of that, if you ask Sacramento fans, not Sacramento fans, one of the biggest criticisms about De'Aaron Fox is that he's too passive, especially in the first half of games.
Oh, he's being a point guard?
Up a lot of his scoring in the fourth quarter. No, he's not. But he's not
being a point guard.
No, he's not though. But that I'm saying Sabonis is their best playmaker.
But with Steve Nash is pass if we give him a pass.
But he's not Steve Nash though.
There's a difference between being passive and passing the ball. Being passive is not creating the advantage and not capitalizing on the advantage. Passing is creating the advantage and capitalizing on the advantage. If you're being
all Kyrie does is create advantages all game. That's what Kyrie does.
Ron does it more than every time we have a conversation. You say something, and then he goes to these absolutes. And
y'all do that with me all the time.
You do. Well, both of y'all do that.
Someone will say Kyrie's a better advantage creator, or De'Aaron Fox can be passive. So Kyrie just always plays.
Who's better in college, man?
Who said that? No, he said he's better than De'Aaron.
Who's better in college?
So De'Aaron Fox just never creates for his teammate. No one said that.
Kyrie's 11 games or De'Aaron Fox?
But Ron does this every time you have a conversation. Like no one said you never do that.
I don't know what to tell y'all, but this should not be a debate. And honestly, the fact that y'all trying to drag this into a debate is absolutely insane.
All right, so if this isn't a debate, no problem. So I got 5 guards. I got 5 guards. You said
let me
land the plane. Land the plane. Land it.
SGA, Luka, Steph, Brunson, Hallie. Okay, that's 5. Now, do we talk about James Harden? What do you think about James Harden? What do you think about Cade?
De'Aaron Fox too, by the way, this year.
What do you think about Cade? What do you think about Cade?
Wait, hold on.
How is a dude that doesn't play no defense better than a point guard that plays defense?
James Harden did not hurt his team this year.
Underrating Kyrie's defense, first of all, and
Kyrie played better defense last 2 years, by the way.
So De'Aaron Fox is better.
But Mars, stop. We're not talking about Luka. No, stop. We're not talking about Luka. No, Luka's no. Here's what I'm saying. It's obvious it's Luka, but James Harden does not fill the offensive glass and neither does Kyrie as much as Luka. It is like 2 or 3 players in the sport. It is 2 or 3 players in the sport where your offense is so great. You don't care about your defense. James Harden's not that anymore.
James Harden did not hurt the Clippers defense. They had an elite defense all year. And James Harden was on the floor more than he played 80 games this year.
You know where you hurt the Clippers? By choking when it mattered the most.
Okay. So what did De'Aaron Fox do? What happened in playing? Wasn't there a playing game?
His offense is about ran out of gas when
don't we have... So James Harden having a bad game 7 means De'Aaron Fox is better.
I hate to step in and interrupt this intense yap session that you're currently watching, but I just have to inform you on all the amazing, spectacular, fabulous, endless ways to play and win over at Prize Picks. Basketball fans, I know the season is just tipping off. Yes, I know this. But you know what that means? It means that you have an opportunity to pick your favorite players and their matchups that are the most thrilling, and you can win money from these. With Prize Picks, you can play daily NBA contests and test your hoop knowledge by choosing the player projections and every single stat line imaginable to make your Prize Picks and take home some nice hard-earned cash. Are you a rookie in the game? Don't even sweat it. I got the playbook for you right here. All you have to do is download Prize Picks, use promo code PANEL, and you will get $50 instantly when you play 5 here with Prize Picks. So what are you waiting for? Download Prize Picks, use promo code PANEL, and join me as we break down all of our amazing daily picks right here on the panel. Prize Picks. Run your game, control your game, win your game. It's easy, baby. It's easy. He ran out of gas.
That doesn't mean that at all, Mars. No, that doesn't mean that at all. No, we're not doing that.
So
what did De'Aaron Fox do in the playoffs this year, Ron?
What about Garland?
Swiper, ha.
No.
I mean, you're bringing up the playoffs.
Garland or Fox? Garland or Fox?
No.
Garland.
No.
I got Garland.
Garland's not better than D Fox?
No, he's not.
We
have
this conversation all year.
I agree. He's not better than Kyrie.
Wait a minute. Whoa. John D, hold on. Because this is why Ron. No, wait. No, chill. Hold on, please. Because Ron, you pack yourself in a box more willingly than anybody else on PC. You literally at every single turn when it comes to defending Tyrese Halliburton, we'll talk about playing point guard and playmaking and passing. Darius Garland is a significantly
He
better
doesn't do it better than De'Aaron Fox.
Playmaker than De'Aaron Fox.
He plays point guard.
He's a much better point guard than De'Aaron Fox. Yes, he literally is.
No, he's not.
He literally, the Cleveland offense ran through D. Garland, and they were elite for the entire time he was healthy. Then he gets hurt, and they fall off a cliff.
That's
literally what happened. No, they've never had an elite offense. Chill. Chill. Let me ask you this: how many years has he actually led an elite offense when he's been on the floor? How many years? Because we're doing this again. How many years have they had an elite offense with De'Aaron Fox?
I think the 1 year in
so 2022-23.
I think that was 1
when
year.
when they actually had a good team. That's the
wait a minute,
only reputable team that De'Aaron Fox ever had.
Hold on, Ron. Stay right there, Swiper. Keep going, Swiper. Keep going, Swiper. So how many years has De'Aaron Fox led an elite offense?
I think 1. I would say 1. If you want, maybe 2. If you want, so 20, maybe 2. Yeah. De'Aaron Fox has never,
and I'm glad
never had Donovan Mitchell, never had Evan Mobley, never had Jared Allen.
Okay, so let's go through this list. Let's go through this list. So Tyrese Halliburton, you think he's an elite offensive force by himself? No. You said he's better than Steve Nash.
Not necessarily by
you
himself.
said he's better than Steve Nash. Steve Nash led in the lead offense every single year in his prime.
And who did he have on his team?
Without Amari Stoudemire, they were still elite.
And who did
Without
he have
him, they were still elite.
And who did he have on his team?
Chill. Without Amari Stoudemire, they were still elite.
Boris Diaw, Sean Marion.
Did you just say Boris Diaw?
Yes, Boris Diaw. Yes.
The same Boris Diaw in a closeout game who scored 30 and 11, while Steve Nash scored 13 and 9. Yes, that Boris Diaw. Yes, that Boris Diaw. Now, y'all can sleep and act like Boris Diaw wasn't like that in 2007 if y'all want to. He wasn't a 30 and 11 player, no. No,
Grant Williams had Grant Williams had 27 points in the game 7 in 2022.
And Boris Diaw
he had more points than Giannis Antetokounmpo in the game 7. Wait, shut up.
The most improved player of the year that year? The most improved player of the year that year?
Was Grant Williams a better scorer in game 7 than Giannis Antetokounmpo when he scored 27 points? Was he a better scorer in that game?
Does not mean you're a better scorer, no.
Okay, so shut
Boris Diaw clears Grant Williams. That I don't know what you want me to tell you. Sean
you
Marion
bring up one game sample sizes and a dumb point. I bring up one, and it's not a dumb point. Boris Diaw wasn't a great scorer,
but he led the team in scoring that year. He led the playoff series in scoring. What are you talking about?
Can we do that? Just like because John D, we at 9. I'm not giving you Darius Garland, just like you ain't giving just like you ain't taking Irv.
Just to make the case for, I think Darius Garland is one of the best ball handlers in the league. I think he's a better shooter than De'Aaron Fox. I think he's a better passer and playmaker than De'Aaron Fox. I would take Darius Garland to lead my offense.
He was a 21 on 50, 40, 90.
What is De'Aaron better
than Darius Garland?
He's a better player. That's what he is. He's a better player.
I'm not asking.
No, here's what I'm saying. You guys can't keep doing this.
I'm talking to Chill. Can I
okay, no, I'm answering this. You guys can't keep doing this saying he dribbles better, he shoots better, that's to a shot better, so he's a better player. That's not how basketball works. That's not how you quantify basketball.
You can be better at more things. I agree. You can be better at more things and not overall a better player. I agree. That's why I'm asking. Chill.
But you asked that. That's what you said. What does he do better?
Yeah,
what does De'Aaron do more?
What he thinks De'Aaron actually does better, and then we can move on from there. Just post the show and be quiet. Chill. What does De'Aaron do better in your opinion?
Moss, to answer your question, I can start and stop the conversation. I think that De'Aaron Fox commands the offense as the league guard better than
how?
This is why I wanted to have this conversation. I don't know how that could be the first thing that's said.
Darius Garland does. I think, and the reason why is I think that his ability to score, because I think that's the space that we live in. His ability to score and his ability to get downhill creates so many more advantages for others. His ability to score, his ability to get to the rim creates so much more advantages for other people. Darius Garland's ability to get downhill and get to the rim 100% creates advantages. I'm not going to argue that point. What I am going to do is I'm going to argue the point that De'Aaron Fox, his ability to get to the rim, his ability to knock down open shots creates so much more advantages for his players, which he now is able to get off the ball.
He's a worse shooter by a group.
And then De'Aaron Fox isn't even getting all the way downhill anymore.
I'm pretty sure,
he's averaging.
Garland drives more than De'Aaron, for one. I'm pretty sure.
Keep going.
Mm-hmm. I'm also certain Garland gets into the paint more than De'Aaron.
So where's this?
Okay, so 1,000% confident he gets to the rim more than De'Aaron does. So Like I don't.
Yeah. And Ron, maybe you might be able to make this point.
Garland's a better passer. He's a better shooter.
De'Aaron Fox,
that's it.
Average 27 a game. Where's that 27 coming from? If he ain't getting to the rim, if he's not getting to the rim, if he's not shooting the basketball, okay, and that mid range is opening up the other stuff. That mid range is opening up the offense.
The issue is Garland is still better than him in the mid range.
That's exactly.
So, like, yes, De'Aaron Fox is a talented scorer. In theory, De'Aaron Fox should clear Garland as a driver. The issue is he chooses to stop and shoot pull-up jumpers,
and it works.
Don't ask me why he does that. He chooses,
and it works.
Works for what?
I mean,
when you factor in the fact that he's been like a neutral or negative efficiency guy for the last couple seasons, it's debatable whether how much it actually works.
Sure.
But Garland is clearly more efficient. Garland drives more. Garland gets to the paint more. Garland gets to the rim more.
31% from three
a
this
better
year.
passer. When it comes to playmaking and commands and offense, I don't know how you can say De'Aaron Fox does that better than Darius Garland. I don't know how you can come to that.
Shit, yo.
So when I'm watching Darius Garland and I'm watching him, I'm watching do all of these things better. I don't understand.
Darius Garland.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Wait, hold on, chill. But you realize even in hold on, because this is also the thing. You agree De'Aaron Fox is an elite clutch player, right, chill?
Yes, he is.
So is Darius Garland. I don't know if people know this. He was literally one of the 4 best players, volume scorers in the clutch this regular season. He is an elite player in the clutch. He's a better dribbler, passer, shoot up, pull up shooter, pick and roll player, drive, you name it. He does it better. The issue with Garland and Fox is Garland is 6'1". He doesn't have the same athletic ability.
De'Aaron, is he getting to the rim? When you watch De'Aaron, is he getting
yes, Mars.
He's trying to act like he doesn't get to the rim because he doesn't get there as much as y'all would like him to.
No,
he's not just a stop and pop lead guard.
I'm not okay.
That's not him, because that's what you're trying to sell me. You're trying to sell me that he's a stop and pop lead guard, and he does do that.
Clarifying. Let me clarify. That's on me. I said so. When you watch De'Aaron, is he getting to the rim? That's on me. De'Aaron Fox absolutely does get to the rim during games. Absolutely. Do you think De'Aaron Fox is getting to the rim more than Darius Garland?
Yes.
Okay, you're lying.
Yes.
Okay, you're wrong.
Yes.
You're watching either incorrect.
So even if the numbers say opposite, you're still saying
that's just not true.
I just watched Darius Garland in the playoffs. And don't say the second
He's been
round.
hurt for the last month.
He wasn't hurt in the first round. Was he hurt in the first round?
He was. No. Ron, you don't know. He got hurt in the regular season. He's been nursing an injury. Stop it. He has been nursing an injury from April to the playoffs. You're wrong. Evan Mobley was hurt. Garland was hurt. And DeAndre Hunter was hurt. All 3 of them were hurt.
Do you want the numbers?
Which was well known.
No, I don't want the numbers. I don't care about the numbers.
If they don't support his narrative, he doesn't care about the numbers.
Darius Garland.
But if we do Hallie Nash, show me the numbers. But we do another conversation. Don't show me the numbers.
Hear the numbers, because I might be wrong. Maybe De'Aaron.
You're not wrong.
I know. I watch the games, but I'm curious to hear the numbers.
Okay, like in terms of the percentage of shots that they get between 0 and 3 feet on his career, Darius Garland is 18%. 18% of his offense comes 0 to 3 feet. And that floater range stuff, if we're counting paint touches, account for 20.1%, 20.6%. So you could say over a third of his baskets come in right in that range, right? But with De'Aaron Fox, if I'm looking at De'Aaron Fox, his shot quality is not only worse, his court processing is not only worse, his shooting is not only worse, he's a way worse outside shooter, all that stuff.
Yeah, being a worse passer playmaker that's part of your processing. Yeah.
Chill, what's crazy to you? What are you hearing right now that's insane to you?
All of this is crazy.
I'm chill.
Everything.
Chill.
It's
What are you
And I'm letting you know everything is crazy.
John D,
talking to you.
I was saying all year,
Chill.
Garland made my third team
What are you
All-NBA
hearing that's
team.
making you
Guess
react
who
like
they
that?
never brought up? They never brought up De'Aaron Fox to push back against my Garland take. They would say James Harden. They brought up another guard to bring it up. But
Chill, what are you hearing that is making you react like this?
The court processing is what I'm
So, like with San Antonio, it's comparable.
The reason why I'm having a problem with the court processing logic is because Darius Garland with the double big lineup, not just with the double big lineup, with Donovan Mitchell on the floor, his job is much less difficult.
He barely plays with Donovan Mitchell. They stagger the lineups. He's playing with Jarrett Allen.
He still plays with him.
I'm
I
looking
could
it up
barely.
right now.
See, you're doing the absolute.
still
Yeah.
plays
No,
with him,
I never said he doesn't play with Donovan Mitchell. I said he barely plays with him. That's what I
Okay,
said.
whether he barely plays or whether he plays a
My
shit
point
ton, he
is-
still
my
plays
point-
with
look,
them,
my
and he's
point
still
is-
and he's
take
still
out the
on his
leverage
team
on
to make
the
his life
My
easier.
point
Darius
is, Garland is
Garland,
doing this in any
Donovan
assortment
Mitchell,
of lineup. That's my point.
Evan
My
So
point
now,
is,
so
when
now
it's
I'm
just
getting,
him and
so
Jared
now I'm
Allen,
getting
Allen.
told
he
that they
does it.
stagger the
When it's all
lineup with.
four of them, he does it.
Oh,
So
God.
All right,
we
let's look at
can't
these
like
numbers,
the
John D.
bailout of
I
well,
feel
he
like
has all of this help
I
around
I
him.
brought these up in the regular
I
season.
can't get with that when they stagger the lineups and Garland is still doing it.
So Darius
So-
Garland does. So Darius Garland, who starts in the backcourt with Donovan Mitchell, they don't play together that much because they stagger the lineups.
Yes, they
So
stagger the
keep
lineups.
these,
Yes.
they keep these guys off the floor together. So why the?
Yeah, so they go with
They
you
keep
watch the Cavs. They go with
I
Mitchell
watch
and
the
Mobley.
Cavs
Yeah,
all the time. I do.
agree.
I
know
watch
you
the
do,
Cavs
'cause you
all the
messaged
time.
me about the Cavs. So they go with Mitchell and Mobley,
Sure.
right? They go with Garland and Jarrett Allen, right? And then they'll start games and close games with the big four all out there. But in the middle parts of the games, that's their two lineups because they want to keep two of their four best players on the court at all times. That's
Sure.
the lineup. Every lineup that features Garland has an elite offense.
Every one of them. He was their best
Whether that's
offensive
with
player.
Donovan Mitchell, whether that's without Donovan Mitchell, whether that's with Mobley as well, whether it's without Mobley, whether it's with Allen, whether it's without Allen, whether it's him next to Ty Jerome, whether it's him by himself, whether it's him out there with shooters, whether it's him out there with other play connectors.
Sure.
Every lineup that features Darius Garland is an elite offense. So when we talk about court processing, I think Darius Garland is clearly the better passer. Darius Garland in pick and roll is elite. Darius Garland is a pull-up shooter, clears De'Aaron Fox. The numbers also illustrate the fact that when you watch the games, you can see Darius Garland gets to the rim more than De'Aaron Fox does, despite the fact that I actually think De'Aaron Fox is more capable of getting to the rim more than Darius Garland is. He chooses not to. That decision making. I don't
Well, Mars,
ask
like,
De'Aaron Fox why he does that. But Darius Garland is getting into paint more, collapsing the defense more, shoots better out of pick and roll, plays better in isolation. I'm
Now,
passing the ball better.
and everything that you just said, Miles, that those points are 100% fair. But to your point, in that offense, it's an elite offense. You're telling me that you're telling me that offense is an elite offense, primarily due to Darius Garland. So now,
He's a huge reason why.
100%,
I
Miles.
told you this in the regular season, though.
I'm not gonna 100%, Miles, and I think that that's a fair point. But I can flip that around and say, with Darius Garland on the floor, I'm playing with lesser guys, and we still are damn good with me on the floor, with De'Aaron Fox on the floor as a one-on-one guy, because I'm creating advantages for myself, which is now bringing in double teams, which I can now get guys like Keegan Murray open shots, which I can, and we play fast. I think they had the 6. I think this season, if I'm not mistaken, I think they had to not this season. They played actually slower this year than they played slower this year than they played in the past. But when they actually were playing fast with Murray, with Sabonis, that was largely due to De'Aaron Fox's skill set. The fact that he could get the ball up the floor, the fact that he can stop and pop, and the fact that he does drag defenses away from the basket when he stop and pops. Now he can get to the rim even more. And with him getting to the rim even more, he's one of the better guard finishers in the game. And I think he's a better guard finisher than Darius Garland.
I agree.
I think he's a better guard finisher. So with that coupled, I think the separator between both Darius Garland and De'Aaron Fox is the fact that Darius Garland, he's playing with better players, which to his advantage makes him better, as opposed to De'Aaron Fox, who's playing with different guys, and those advantages that he's creating creates those advantages for them. I think that those other guys enhance Darius. I think those other guys enhance.
So you think
there's a marginal difference in their offense when he's on the court and off the floor.
Fellas, we got to move on.
Because
we got to move on.
Really quickly,
Can I just clarify
those
real
guys
quick? Because
enhance Darius Garland.
we got to move on.
no, I appreciate that we got to move on. It's gonna be real quick.
We got to move on.
We have to. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but
we got to move on.
You still didn't hear the rest of the names.
We'll never get to it. I don't have De'Aaron Fox top 10 as a point guard.
That's now.
It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. The player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.